think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine? Even if you call me up.
All right. Once again, shout out to Bounding Into Comics. Netflix's Wednesday creators say they're open to a lesbian relationship. So there's a whole controversy surrounding the Wednesday show. I finished Wednesday. Okay. I want to be fully clear here. It is 100% possible for a show or a movie to be good while also being woke. I did a review of a movie earlier this year called Prey, where the movie was about a young girl doing a bunch of stuff most young girls can't do, and it was all about smashing the patriarchy. But it could not be denied that it was a pretty good movie. Wednesday, Netflix series about Wednesday Addams, from the Addams family, is woke as hell. or I don't want to say woke, it just got a whole lot of feminist propaganda in it. But you cannot deny that the show is pretty good. And not only is it pretty good, this girl right here, Jenny Ortega, as Wednesday Addams, knocked it out of the goddamn on park. She killed that role. So I can't hate. So I would say Wednesday is absolutely a show for feminists, but my misogynistic ass is still watching. It's funny, but you know what's funny about it being a feminist-centric show? It's written and directed by a man. That's what's so funny about it. It's written and directed by Tim Burton. So, I find it funny, you know what I'm saying? In order for you to get a good show from that group, it's got to be written by a man. But nonetheless, there was controversy surrounding it. Let's go over here. Where people was accusing Wednesday of queerbaiting. Weird term, right? Whew. So here it is. Wednesday's queerbaiting allegations fully explained. Netflix's Wednesday has been accused of queerbaiting with the close friendship between the titular character Wednesday and her roommate Enid. So basically what they're trying to say is that Netflix marketing did a bait and switch where they teased a possible relationship between Jenny Ortega's Wednesday character and Enid. I can tell you right now, like just from a realistic point of view, if this was real life, like if Wednesday Addams was an actual character, there's no way in hell she could ever be a lesbian. And here's why. Because she does not like emotions, and women are emotional. She's the most emotionally disconnected character. But so let's go and see if they have a point, right? Let's go and see. Let's go and look at the trailer for Wednesday Addams or Wednesday. Nah, hell no, because if it plays an ad, I'm gonna be sick. So let's do this.
Please excuse Wednesday. She's allergic.
Look at her face.
What happens to you? I break out into hives and then the flesh peels off my bones.
Thanks Hans for blowing that up for me because I forgot. But you see there, so I don't see any queer baiting. I don't see any like hints of there being a like relationship between her and her roommate. So I don't know where people are getting that from. But let's continue reading. So let's see what they have. Wednesday's queerbaiting claims initially appeared on Twitter as tensions were inflamed when Netflix ostensibly hid replies mentioning the words gay and lesbian in response to its tweets promoting the Tim Burton vehicle. The latest adaptation of the Addams Family franchise is focused on Wednesday's transfer to Nevermore Academy, a school for supernatural outcasts. Wednesday and Enid shared a singularly close relationship, particularly given that Wednesday's world was populated by people who drove the teenager to misanthropy. While the two were initially only forced to share a room, Enid's persistent efforts to connect and Wednesday's begrudging willingness to soften slightly for her roommate's sake culminated in a loving, affectionate attachment. Canonically, the two were strictly platonic, Enid dating Ajax and Wednesday having shared a kiss with Tyler, but this precarious tightrope walk between suggestion and actual depiction of gay relationships is precisely what has frustrated fans of Wednesday. Social media attitudes, however, would suggest that audiences want to see a relationship between Wednesday and Enid. The pairing has already garnered thousands of tweets and engagements across multiple platforms. Cut the cap. It says how it falls into queerbaiting. The challenging aspect of queerbaiting is that there is no discernible method of truly determining whether the show's writers intended to bait audiences or whether the relationship was constructed as a very close but purely platonic relationship or friendship. Further complicating the matter is the historical absence of close female friendships depicted in media and a separate but related push from audiences for shows to portray more of such friendships. The challenge presented by Wednesday is the ambiguity as to whether the show meant to bait its queer audience. The queer baiting allegations have been elevated to even greater importance given Wednesday's record-breaking ratings. Anyway, so I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I didn't see anything that was queer baiting. What this likely is that people are grasping for straws because they want a loud minority are grasping at straws because they want more representation. And so now you got the creators coming out and saying they're open to a lesbian relationship. Don't do that. Because you got a show that, while it does have a lot of feminist propaganda in it, that people of all aspects actually like. So if you start pandering and doing this, you're going to turn off people. If you want evidence of this, what was the show? What was the name of the show that Netflix recently canceled? The Warrior Nun. It did really good in season 1. And then season 2 came and they started doing all this LGBTQ stuff and then it tanked. So yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Beat that thing down like you started attention, my baby. You had some plans with your man, just tell him to cancel, my baby. Slide to the crib, look like Dracula's mansion, my baby. When you pull up, it's on action, my baby.